It's unfortunate. In the consumer population, smoking runs at above 90%, and generally speaking, we're not light smokers. It's not at all unusual with the availability of illegal tobacco for a consumer to smoke 100 cigarettes a day, and to put the purchasing of cigarettes before the purchasing of food. And if there's children involved, it becomes criminal. However, cigarettes are legal, and there is anecdotal and yet no published clinical evidence that I know of that smoking relieves some of the side effects of some of the medications. Some of the medications can give you almost a Parkinsonian feel to your body, and having a cigarette, I remember this from when I was on an older medication when I was still a smoker, actually makes you feel more fluid in your body, and the cigarette relieves you of the stiffness in the limbs and the shuffle and the older side effects that some of the old meds used to have a lot of, and some of the new meds still have. Everybody finds it hard to quit smoking, even in fact, I think perhaps sometimes light smokers find it harder to quit smoking than heavier smokers do. When I quit smoking, I was doing a bare minimum of 75 a day, and on a bad day, it got up to 120. It was essential that I quit. I wouldn't be alive here today. It's been 19 years since I quit. I used nicotine replacement therapy. At that stage, the only nicotine replacement therapy available without a prescription was the weaker of the two chewing gums, and there was only one brand. There was a strong one and a weak one in that one brand. It wasn't flavoured. It made your breath smell horrible. I chewed it for 18 months before weaning myself off it and nicotine entirely. Unfortunately, nicotine replacement therapies, even though they're clinically proven to be advantageous, are very expensive, and they're more expensive than the illegal tobacco. So a consumer will balk at the thought of paying the price for something that may not work, when it can be $40 for a packet of patches or lozenges or chewing gum. What many of us are advocating is that nicotine replacement therapy for at least people on disability support pension should be put on the PBS. The health savings we would have via subsidising that if more people quit, enormous. One of the most expensive reasons for people being hospitalised is smoking. The amount of smoking-related hospitalisations and deaths in the community is enormous. It's legal. And the moral majority worries about things like heroin and amphetamines, where the number of people who die from them, but by no means recommending them as a substitute for cigarettes, but really so many more people die of cigarette-related illnesses than they do of heroin overdoses, even per capita related, not just the fact that fewer people use heroin than people smoke. Even on a per capita basis, it's a greater number with cigarettes. And quality of life. You may not die of cigarettes, but you may spend the last 10 years of your life on a ventilator in a hospital bed or in a hospice. It's very unpleasant. Interesting, it's been said to me that the taxes taken from people living with mental illness who smoke, in terms of the amount of money it is, actually outweighs the cost of the disability support pension. That of course is factoring in the fact that there are people who are not on disability support pension who live with mental illness who are smokers. But it's fascinating. So the hypocrisy of smoking being legal, or I don't know.